back to Girl at the Con. I am so glad that you have chosen to join me. Forgive me if I'm a little bleh. It's been a long week. Comic-Con is coming up, and a longtime viewer of the channel and a friend of mine and co-worker, Alexis, asked me to kind of make this video. We were working together earlier this week, and she asked me about con backpacks and what kind she should get, and her what should go into it. So I decided that this would be a good video to make for all of you as to what kind of backpack I recommend for Comic-Con, or at least what I look for in a backpack, and then what I typically bring with me to a convention. I'm going to give this for both professional and for just general kind of attendee con goers. If you've been with me for a while on this channel, you will know that I am a meeting and event planner and event staffer by trade, and then I also go to cons for fun. So I just can't get enough. These are the bags. This is what I bring with me to con. And this is my backpack. It is a Comic-Con backpack that I got at the Comic-Con staff store in 2019. Or at least I believe I got it from the Comic-Con staff store. It's different pins on it. If I'm working professionally, I will strip a bunch of this stuff off. The only one I don't ever strip off is I have one that says fully vaccinated and it's got a plague doctor on it. And then I typically leave my bat with my hand sanitizer, my little koosh on there. But typically everything, all these other pins, all my Comic-Con and end of line True Jedi pins, all this will come off if I'm professionally working a convention. This is what I this bag is near perfect. It is 100% what I look for in bags for other people when people want me to suggest bags. Most bags are going to have the pouches on the side for water bottles. I typically carry two water bottles. I typically have a hard water bottle. It's another Comic-Con one I got. And then I will carry my collapsible one, which you can kind of get it open again. It pops out, and then it collapses again. It's not the easiest to drink out of, but I love the fact that it collapses and I can just shove it in my bag. So I don't know where you would find this. I got this at a electrical engineering conference that I worked. It needs to be clean, so I'm not gonna put that in the bag. I'm gonna throw it over here. But typically I carry two water bottles. One will be in a side pouch. This thing I kind of look for is this pouch that's in the back. It is a thin pouch, or compartment, whatever you want to call it. It is for laptops. And this one's got two areas. It's got this one right here that's right up against the back, and it's got a little padding. And I think that's where the company that made this bag is where they want you to put your laptop. I just put my laptop in here. But then it's got another pocket here. I always recommend getting, for anybody going to a conference, getting one that has this pouch on it, or this bag section. If you are a staffer, it is very important because you're going to have a laptop, or you're going to have notebooks that you want to keep nice and kind of pristine looking so that they don't get ratty and don't look unprofessional. Sometimes I bring my laptop, sometimes I don't. I also carry, this is always in here, and it's a dice thing. But if you're an attendee, I like it because when you get those like one-off books or anything like that, if you get any books, period, really, from like comic books and stuff, you can put them in here. They're going to keep it relatively flat. I'm not going to promise it's going to be pristine, super flat, but it's going to be a lot flatter than if you put it anywhere else. Where this section next. So this is just a little, I don't know what the manufacturer's intended for, but I think it's really great for pens. And I don't buy pens, I get pens at conventions. I typically will, especially when I work a more professional con than like Comic-Con or anything, most everybody will be handing out pens with their company name on it. So that's what I will get. I don't buy pens. I will just go up and down the aisles grabbing pens from everybody, and like, but I just get a bunch there and I'll put them here. And for those pens and stuff, because everybody is going to be asking you for a pen. Nobody ever seems to have pens. Always carry a ton of pens, and that way, if you get them from booths at conventions and somebody never gives it back to you, you're not out, you know, money, because you've gotten it for free. I carry mine in a different place, and I will show that to you in the end, or before we close out. But this is what I keep in this section. I have hand sanitizer. You're going to see I have a lot of hand sanitizer. I have chapstick. I also have a lot of straws. This is a collapsible straw from Amazon that my mother gave me. In your water bottles and your straws, because that is the fastest way to get yourself sick. I also have like a hand wipe thing. So that's, those are kind of like the main things that I think backpacks for a convention should have. Every backpack's going to have the next section, which is just like a big open section. I typically put snacks in there. If you're traveling, you can put socks and underwear in there. I will put my makeup pouch, my Haunted Mansion makeup pouch in there. But typically I try and do my makeup at home before I leave for the con. So I'm not carrying that added. But if you are an attendee, having a great big open area is great. You can put all of the t-shirts that you buy, or all of the Funko Pops, or whatever. That cavernous spot should be, you know, your snacks or lunch or whatever, and it should be to put stuff in. And when you run out, then you can get another bag to keep putting stuff in. But that's ideally kind of what that space should be for. As a con staffer, as a person who is working conventions, having that space dedicated to things like water bottles for your staff, or anything that you're going to need to hand out to somebody, or that you're going to need bulk. You know, you may not use it at all as a event planner or anything like that. The last convention that we worked, we had scanners that we were handing out and picking up from people. So that's something I might throw in the big cavernous pocket of my backpack. The thing I have is in here. I always have tons of napkins because I get runny noses really bad. Also, sometimes, especially if you eat at a convention, they will hand you that pizza with no napkins. And the napkins will be out because everybody grabs like 60,000 napkins when they need like 2. So I always carry extra napkins on me. This is currently where my chips are living. More straws. These are silicone straws that I got from a law group at a different convention. I absolutely hate paper straws. Some are good, and some turn into mulch, like you have to drink that drink fast, or you have to have like 6 paper straws. So portable straw, like just reusable straws that I carry with me, that's what I do. The other, I'm all for not plastic straws. I totally get it, but if you need straws, carry either find a collapsible one, or get like silicone straws that you can reclean. In the vein of napkins and straws, and people taking like 60 things they don't need, I have a bunch of these that when I order food out, I always like, yeah, send me silverware. And then I just use the silverware I have at home. And then I keep these and take them to cons in case I need them at a convention. I have a little container that I keep business cards that people give me. My wallet lives in here. And I have a thing for cleaning glasses that my grandmother gave me. I think she got these on Amazon. I have a fan that I got at a hentai convention, because even with the best air conditioning in the world, you will inevitably be packed in at a panel or in a line or somewhere where you're going to get hot. And this is just me. I carry portable chopsticks. These are collapsible and they come up. You can buy these on Amazon as well. And I'll have links to everything down in the description so that you can get them. I have more chapstick. I have more hand sanitizer. Never have enough hand sanitizer. I have a bunch of these. This is Celsius, and it is an energy booster. I typically, later in the days, I work a lot of like 12 plus hour days, and so these are really good for that. Because you'll just get to a day where you're just like, bleh, I'm so tired. But I also have water flavor, and I have liquid IV on me, because liquid IV is great when you run into somebody who is just on the floor dying because they haven't been hydrating, because they think that they're in a convention center and they don't need to hydrate. You are sweating, you are around a bunch of people, it is always good to hydrate. If, by the way, you are at an outdoor event and somebody gets heat frustration, old Renaissance fair trick, which is get a large dill pickle and have them eat it. Something about the salts and the waters and stuff will just perk them right up. It's nearly a miracle, and I use it a while. I also have my compact in here. I typically wouldn't put my compact in here. I'd put it someplace else, but I think I threw it in here earlier. I always have a compact on me, somewhere on me. There are other uses for compacts than makeup, so it's always good to have it. And I always carry, like, a notebook. I typically carry small notebooks, so that if I can leave my backpack somewhere, I can just put it in my hip pouch and take it with me. But as a professional, it is always really good to have one on you. Even if you're not working a convention, you're attending a convention, let's say you're attending a medical convention because you're a doctor or a nurse or something, it's good to have one of these so that you can take notes. You can write down, oh, I met Dr. Bob Smith at the panel on fatty tumors, or whatever. Whatever. I put down a lot of stuff. If I'm in a place where I can't talk to somebody, we'll pass notes like we're in high school. I was looking through here earlier, and I have something where I asked somebody if they wanted noodles for dinner. I don't know which convention that was or what the situation was, but it's in here. I will also write down names of people I meet at conventions, so that I can mention them in the videos, and then I forget to look at my notebook. But if you've met me and you've seen me write down your name, but I haven't mentioned you, that's why. It's because I'm good at writing notes. I'm bad at remembering my notes. But anyway, that's what I keep in the forwardmost pouch in my bag, which is where I'm going to put the badge for my convention. And this is very important. When you get done, the second you step foot out of the convention center or out of the hotel or whatever, take your badge off, put it in your bag. Preferably a backpack, or if for some reason you're wearing a side bag type, like a laptop bag, put it in your bag. Put it in the thing you are going to be taking to the convention the next day. I have been to conventions where, like popular conventions like Comic-Con, where somebody's been out and about and somebody has snagged their bag or their badge off them without them noticing, or they've left it at a restaurant, they left it at their hotel room. If I don't know about Comic-Con and the like. Some conventions will just replace the badge for you, but some professional conventions, a lot of professional conventions, will charge you the full cost of a badge to get a replacement. So if you're going to a 3-day medical conference, that could be like $6,000. They will charge you another $6,000 to get that badge. It is so much better to just put your badge in your bag that you will be bringing back the next day than to take it out someplace and lose it. A professional, like as a meeting and event planner or an event staffer, taking off your badge has a secondary thing. While you are wearing that badge, no matter where you are at, you are representing the con, whether you realize it or not. Years ago, I was at a convention. We were having drinks down at the bar, and I saw a event staffer who had not taken off their badge get into a fight at the bar with somebody else. The hotel had to get involved, security had to get involved, and that guy was wearing his staff badge representing the con. And he did not work for the convention ever again after that. So it is really, really important to take your badge off the second you are done working. So now this is what I also carry with me to conventions. This is not a recommendation for people. Nobody else needs to do this. I do this in part because I don't have a good back and I don't really like to wear my backpack all day, every day. I'm also carrying a lot of camera equipment, so there are some conventions where I can not bring my backpack and just bring my hip pouch. Then there are conventions like Comic-Con where I will have my backpack and I will have my hip pouch, because my hip pouch will be carrying more of my camera type equipment. Some of my professional things I will wear my hip pouch instead of my backpack, because I feel like it gives me more mobility. So this is it. It's kind of a biker's thing. It hangs off my hip and it's got a thing to wrap around my leg. It's got a lot of the same features that I like in backpacks. So this one has got a really thin pouch that goes the length of, I carry a lot of redundant things in a lot of redundant places, but this one's got a thin pouch that goes right up against the leg. But it's got this forward pouch, and that's where I keep my pens. So, I've got eyeliner in here. All of my camera batteries are in here. My Pronto card for Comic-Con, because Comic-Con did a special card, so I had to get one. And typically that's where I will put that stuff because I will need that stuff more regularly.
My camera and I are having a fight. So I filmed all of what you just saw, and then my camera died. And that's after not recording 2 times the time before that, and recording at a weird thing the time before that. So I'm just going to wrap this up with an interview I did with somebody at Con on the first day, on preview night, about backpacks and what he looks for in backpacks. Because he actually has something that I didn't include in mine, which is a strap above where the water bottle pouch is on the side that you can then strap like a poster tube to, which is also something to look for if you're a poster tube getter, and you want posters. But all in all, basically what I have my side thing with a bunch of pouches, and I'm going to read to you the list I sent my cousin that is stuff that, like the quickie list of stuff that I think people should bring to the con. And this is not counting things you should have, like shoes and stuff like that. These are things that, at bare minimum, should go into your con bag. Wet wipes, hand sanitizer, snacks and or lunch, napkins, pens, a water bottle of some sort, and that could be like the refillable water bottles, or it could just be a bottle of water, like a plastic bottle that you just go and refill. Camera, pads for women, just in case, and a phone charger or a battery bank of some sort. Those are the bare minimum things that your bag should have, in addition to having room to put crap in, or stuff in. Sorry, it's not crap, it's stuff. But you should have room to be able to put stuff in. Some places will give you a bag and you can stuff your stuff in there, but those are the things that I think you should bring. And on to the interview with Dr. Burrito.
But this one's, I got it on Amazon. They had different sizes. This wasn't like a super big one, but it was bigger. It's a little bit bigger than those bags of holding.
Oh, yeah.
The old, what was that company? Thinking. Yeah. That they had this bag of holding, this kind of thing. This is more, it's more supposed to be like you carry it in your shoulder and your back, but I've already got a backpack on. So I always carry this in front just to whatever I need access to, easy access.
All the stuff that's happening here. So you have, this is a lock.
I didn't need the lock.
And the zippers go into the lock?
Yeah. There are two zippers. You could lock it. It's the three. I don't know why on a bag like this you would want to lock it.
Because in other places people get into stuff.
Yeah, but
I need to know more about your USB port.
The USB port. It's just like an extender. It's got a zipper here. Sort of. Oh shit! It's popped out. Watch it. Here it is. So it's just the USB port. It's just this cable, and it's just an extender.
Oh, so you can pull it outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're physically able to. Yeah. And it also has the auxiliary port if you still have a phone or some sort of device that can use that.
Oh, okay.
But plug that goes in there.
What do you look for when you get like a bag for a convention?
Price is a big motivator because, but it's just whatever looks cool. Generally, one main pocket, ideally a couple of, like this only has one side pocket here. This one's too small to really carry much of anything. Although I got my sanitizer in there. And this one's a one strap bag, like this other bag. This is funny. This one I got at Penny Arcade Expo. This was one of the best swags I ever got from anything because it's so tech branded. So whoever made the bag, a lot of bags they'll have two pouches or pockets or whatever for like water bottles. Or if I bothered with posters.
Yeah, that's what I like about bags like this is because they are, it's because if you put just the...
it'll pop out fairly easily.
It'll just sort of lean and eventually come out, but if you have this, it'll hold it up.
So this is like a con bag.
Yeah. This one.
That's amazing. How have I not seen this bag?
I don't know, because I had.
You used to bring the bag of holding. That's why.
I had that, but I'd always have this. I'd always have some kind of backpack. But I did switch out a little bit because there were three different bags that I used because I don't want to. Sometimes you see that there's wear and tear. It's like, I keep using the bag, the straps, like it. On one of the other backpack, it's whatever you want to carry with you and stuff like that. Lots of pockets generally help. I have my chair. Because that's another thing. I bought those plastic stools, but they are very hard. This isn't much of a cushion, but it's a little bit of a cushion if you flip them off. You could, at least get something to sit on. The other ones, the regular ones, they're just hard plastic, and it's okay for like 5 minutes, but it's not very, if you're sitting on hard plastic. Water. Some kind of liquid, drinks or whatever, because that's expensive as hell here. If you're into posters, poster tubes, Blick. think that's around 4,000 or so. Blick sells poster tubes. They got different sizes, good, easy to get. And if you're into posters, there's plenty of them all over con and outside and whatnot all the time. So that's something, if you're into that, that's something to make sure you get. So you carry it with that. Since like eating downtown and whatnot can get expensive, bring your own lunch. It depends on your circumstances. I bring lunch. It's we're at dinner time. I didn't bring anything, but I'll bring something for lunch, and I'll carry some kind. I'll try to carry some kind of chair or like this thing. Just making sure you've got batteries, cables.
All the things that I borrowed.
That kind of snafu. So one of the things with the iPhone that I got is that since it uses USB-C, that makes life a lot easier because then there's, but some people might still have the Lightning iPhone, so make sure you got that. Most of the Androids now, they're USB-Cs, but some of them are the older style.
Yeah.
Same thing with the battery packs. It sometimes depends on what kind of battery pack you have. You want to have I bring a charger, although, I mean, if you're on the floor, that's not going to be a big deal. But if you're sitting in one, like Hall or H, I suppose, or any of the other rooms, you could charge your phone, back up your thing, or just charge your phone directly, not even using your power bank or whatever that is. But generally, like snacks or foods, just because here, downtown at the convention center, the food's expensive and, it doesn't have a great reputation for being all that good, but it's very convenient. You can go out to the gas lamp. It's a similar thing. It's like then you gotta leave, you gotta go there, you gotta wait in line and all that. So I always try to bring some kind of, I bring lunch.
The interview with Dr. Burrito and my suggestions on con bags, what you should bring to conventions. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and make bad decisions.